started off as a pretty normal day.
Yeah, it was a nice day. It was above 60 degrees, which is amazing because Kansas weather, right? I wore my sandals that day. Gosh, why did I wear my sandals?
Yeah, I got it. I think I'm ready. So that morning, I was hitting my Jewel in the parking lot, like most mornings. But Mrs. Riedel caught me, and I spent most of the day stuck in detention.
So I dropped off my kid at school that day, and I handed him his lunch, the same lunch I pack for him every day, a sun butter, because of his allergies, with jelly, and a cookie, and an apple, and a note that says, "I love you, sweetie. Have a great day at school." I never knew he wouldn't open his lunchbox that day.
Wait, you talked to my mom?
I was writing stuff down in my thought book as usual, as every day. I was writing some pretty deep thoughts down in it, and I was sitting in the main hallway. Or was it the cafeteria? Oh, I honestly don't remember. I try not to remember the days I'm here. They all hate me.
That day we had closed power hour. I'm not sure why they had to do that, but that day, that was for freshmen.
Power hour was closed that day. I couldn't tell you what it was about, but I knew we needed our Chromebooks for it.
Oh, that day? It was the best start of the day I've ever had. Wendy, my big crush, finally talked to me for the first time.
Oh, yo, so that day was whack. Wait, hold up. Is this going on YouTube? All right, one sec.
When I came to school that morning, everything seemed calm. Nothing was really out of the ordinary. But then, when power hour rolled around, all heck broke loose.
8:10 rolled around, and none of them were paying attention in my class. That pretty much continued all the way to power hour.
I went to school early that morning to work on my science project. I mean, it wasn't due for a few months, but I was working on it early so that I have more time to work on my scholarships for Harvard and Yale. Sorry, I trail off when I'm talking about my achievements in life. Anyway, I decided to go to the library that morning to work on my other project for government in power hour.
So I went to power hour.
Power hour.
Power hour.
Power hour.
Power hour.
I was forced to go to power hour.
So power hour is this new thing we do. All the Johnson County schools started doing it, so why not us, right? Basically, we get an hour to eat lunch, do homework, and if we need to, have our class meetings.
I hate it.
That day, I was in charge of professional development for freshmen. You see, a while back, I realized they don't know how to do basic things in their Chromebook, like writing papers, sending emails, moving files around. I mean, it's not that hard.
We were about halfway through when it happened.
I mean, for a second there, I didn't really know what happened, and that's when I realized I had everyone's attention, which never happens. And that's when I saw it. It was right there. I can't even talk about it.
And for like a split second, the whole room went like silent. You could like have heard a pin drop.
Then my friend Chelsea, who was sitting on the other side of the room, let us scream like so loud.
Worst meeting ever.
My friends and I were dumping our lunch trays in the cafeteria when we heard the first screams come from the auditorium. At first we thought it was just some dumb freshmen messing around before their class meeting, but then they started running out, and that's when I knew something was up.
Next thing you know, my phone starts blowing up with notifications, which has never happened to me before. So I unlocked my phone, and then I saw it. I knew why they ran.
Oh my gosh.
It was the most horrendous thing I've ever seen.
Dude.
I didn't really know what was happening at first, but then my computer froze, and it was there, just staring back at me.
So I looked around me, and everybody else had it on their Chromebook and phone too. And I was kind of jealous I didn't think of it myself. You gotta give credit where credit's due, right?
The IT department, I thought we were secure, but we weren't secure enough.
Students, please close your Chromebooks and turn off your phones. Teachers, please shut off all other computers in your rooms. We're going into technology lockdown for the rest of the day. Again, please close your Chromebooks and turn off your phones.
I wanted to die.
I mean, most of us were in shock, but one guy, he threw his Chromebook.
I mean, I just reacted. Do I have to pay for that?
I realized this wasn't a regular virus. It was local. Look, I think someone was in the mainframe.
Even I couldn't wrap my brain around that.
So my cousin Reggie said, yo, did you check your phone? I said, no. He said, dude, it's all over the school. And I was like, what? Now I had to see this. So I pulled my phone and I was like, what? And he was like, I know. And I was like, what? Whack.
We called him the nude hacker. The knacker.
So from that point on, we just started calling him the Knacker.
So original.
He was the talk of the school for weeks.
There's this guy that sits behind me in calc whose name's Jeff. He's really good with calculators, so I think it's him.
I heard it was a freshman. I try to be nice to the weird emo kid, but he always ignores people. It's probably him.
So I found this note on a table in art that led me to a picture in the hallway, and on the back of that picture was a symbol that I saw in English, and that led me to a map that I found under the bleachers. Now I'm just trying to solve it.
Did you just watch Da Vinci Code?
Yeah, why?
Let's be honest with ourselves. It was probably Mrs. Riedel. Can I get my jewel back now?
Then it happened.
On November 8th, he reached out. The whole school received an email from an anonymous email account.
If there aren't any announcements about prom being canceled by Friday, he'll release more photos.
Okay, thanks. That's all I need.
Okay.
And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna find the knacker.